when you talk about the soul, and when you talk about the heart and the soul have needs. They have essential needs, just like the body has needs. And one of the essential needs of the heart and of the soul is to have oxygen, to have food and water. Just like the body needs food and water, just like the body needs oxygen, the heart and the soul need its oxygen to stay alive. And the oxygen of the heart and the soul is the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That what that does, it's literally food for the soul. You've heard this expression, but it's literally feeds the soul. And so one of the things that sometimes we do that starves us spiritually is that we deprive our hearts and souls of oxygen. Simple as that. And what are some of the ways we do that? We do that, number one, the most extreme way in which we deprive our hearts and souls of spiritual oxygen is when we're not praying. When we don't pray, or we don't pray as we're told to pray 5 times a day, it's like depriving the heart of its oxygen, of the spiritual oxygen that it needs to just be okay and stay alive. This is just to stay alive. Just as the body, it requires oxygen, right? Just to stay alive. And then beyond that, it has other needs. But the most essential need of the body is oxygen. And it's the same thing with the heart. That the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first and foremost our salah, is what is keeping our heart spiritually oxygenated. And then in addition to that, and those of you who have heard me probably in any recent talk, I've given this prescription because I truly believe in this prescription to keep the heart spiritually alive. And that is, number one, the salah. And that, taking that as just like breathing. The second thing I recommend is downloading an app called My Dua. What it does is now on your phone, it's a collection of the supplications from the Quran and from the Sunnah that the Prophet ﷺ would say. Now, I want you guys to understand, you may have grown up hearing about these supplications. Oh, I know dhikr. Dhikr is saying, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. That's all true. But I think what has happened is that because we sort of grew up with this, maybe we've taken the power of these things for granted. I know I did. And what you'll realize is that these things are gold. These things are like vitamins and minerals for the heart and soul. It's like water and food for the heart and soul. It's like oxygen. And so when you have this app, what you can do with this app, and this is like kind of like the bare minimum daily routine that I recommend, and I do myself, and if I didn't do it, I couldn't really survive my life, and that's no exaggeration. And that is that the morning supplication. So in the morning, after you pray, you open up your app, and there's morning supplications. You click on it. It's going to give you a list of about 25. So that might be overwhelming for people. It takes a while maybe. But what you can do with this app is you can star certain ones, and that becomes your personal collection. Even if you spend a few minutes every day, I promise you, it will have a profound effect on you. And it is, again, keep in mind this principle. Yeah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the actions that are consistent, even if they're small. So if you just take a small amount, make that your collection, but you do it consistently in the morning and then again in the evening, and this is before Maghrib prayer. And you read those again, the evening supplications. Lastly, before you sleep, there are supplications for that. These 3, and this is any scholar of the heart, any spiritual doctor in the world will tell you that these are the main ones that you need to do to be spiritually healthy. And the third part I mentioned was Quran. And the Quran, of course, goes under that umbrella of the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.